Now the first thing we need to do here is to get a couple of chilies where you're going to use the dried chili. This is the same chili actually. What happened is it's been dried and this is how it looks like. But the minute they're dried, they give you a totally different color to the sambal as well as flavor. Now next thing you want to do here is to boil your water. You soak the red chili in the boiling water for about 10 or 15 minutes. And once they're already all being plump up, the next thing you want to do here is to take out the chili and you're going to blend the chili together with all these wonderful shallots as well as shrimp. So can you see how easy to make this sambal? See, once you blanch the chili, you find the chili becomes so soft. So all the pulp of the chili and the membrane becomes soft and makes it very easy for you to puree them. We now need to add in here some of the shallots. This is a bit too big, so I'm just going to slice them a bit. And now I'm adding some water inside to soften the chili. And one very essential ingredient here, what we call here the shrimp paste. Never forget, you always need a bit of shrimp paste in your sambal udang. So you can buy them in the grocery store and just about that size is good enough. So now having done all that, so the next thing we want to do here is to put everything inside the blender and puree them until you get a very smooth paste. Okay, once the chili has already been pureed, the next thing you want to do is heat up some vegetable oil and immediately throw everything inside the wok. It is very important to cook everything slowly, gently. So once the water starts to evaporate, once begin to cook, it's going to release this wonderful aroma of what we've just added a while ago. And you are going to smell it. At the same time, watch. Heat sometimes can destroy food. So that's why it's important that we look at that and stir and cook it slowly. Now, don't be afraid about using a bit more oil. At the end of the day, you can always skim off the oil. The next thing we want to do here, we're going to put this thinking bean, or sometimes called the twisted bitter bean. So once the bitter bean goes on, look at that lovely green color. And next thing you want to do here, we're going to add prawns. Now you can add the prawn together with the shell, but I prefer mine without the shell. Huh? These are really huge, wonderful prawns. So all the prawn goes inside. And next is flavoring the sambal. Yeah. Now be very careful. It is very important, to have that sense of balances of sweetness, sour. And in this case, in this recipe, I am using, a tamarind juice, which is used also in many Indian cooking as well. So you just want the right amount. You want that sense of balancing between sweetness, sour, that makes it such an unforgettable experience to have this sambal that becomes so addictive. Now, very seldom, people use palm sugar. Now, I discovered over years of cooking that palm sugar has a better result in the sambal than a table white sugar. So you might want to try and experience there, because not many people in Malaysia use gula melaka, as we call it, palm sugar. So once you've added that, next thing you want to do is to add some salt. And be very careful when you cook this sambal. Do not overcook the prawn because they're very delicate and you just want to cook them for just a few minutes. I need some water here. At this point of time, we're going to leave the prawn to simmer for just another 3 to 4 minutes until the prawn starts to cook and the sambal is ready to be served. Okay, there you are. The prawn is now ready. And don't forget, we're going to season a bit. As I said just now, you always need to taste it, whether it has sufficient sourness and sweetness. A little bit more here. And also a little bit more of the tamarind juice. Some salt to have that balance. Ah, what a beautiful dish. Okay. Look at that succulent prawns and that wonderful green of the petai or the bitter bean. Now, even as I'm plating this prawn, I can smell this wonderful aroma of sambal as well as the petai. You can almost also smell, this wonderful sweetness coming from the palm sugar. And here we go, our luscious looking prawns, sambal udang petai.